Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to our online class. And actually, today is a sneak peek. So if you don't want to see this ahead of time, shut it down now, because I'm showing you what's coming up down the line. Or if you're a demonstrator, what you can get right now. So we're going to be playing with the brand new Curvy Celebrations variety bundle. This actually was just released to demonstrators yesterday. And I'm going to make this really cool card with it. I love it. It's a lot of fun, obviously. I mean, I literally just got it. Mr. UPS just dropped it, and I've already got stuff made with it. But the Curvy Celebrations is really, really cool. This is a pre-order right now, which means it's available to demonstrators, or you can purchase it in a demonstrator kit. And I should note, you do not actually have to do any active classes or demonstrating. You can actually purchase the demonstrator kit and purchase supplies at a discount without actually having to do any of that. So if you have any questions about that, you can ask me after, because if you absolutely cannot wait until November 3rd and you absolutely want this now, that is the best way to go, and it's a great deal. Customers will be able to order this beginning November 3rd. So this is an early sneak peek to customers about what's coming. But again, if you're a demonstrator or you don't want to wait, get on that. You got it's just awesome. You're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. I'm also hosting a card swap with this variety bundle that I'm about to show you, and that will be due on October 27th. So for those of you who are joining now or have just joined, purchase the demonstrator kit, you can click on stampwithtami.com, and I have all the information there. I will have a resource page up shortly after this video. Unfortunately, I thought I had put it up. I thought I was doing good and put it up early, and it looks like there's an error on it, so I probably forgot to finish hitting publish before I started. So it's always something, right? Okay, so here's the bundle. I love it. I love the curves in it. I just think it's so fun. So the first thing in this, and it's more than a bundle. This is a little bit like a suite here. These products will be out in the new Stampin' Up! Catalog, which will be out like next May or June. Anyways, 2022. So it's an early release, so we'll be able to purchase these early. So I love all these fun sayings, the fonts, and they've got a little curve to them. There's some great dies that match that curve. And we've got some leaves here. We've got a little bit of decorative border here. And then we've got these dies that cut out the birds and the leaves for that. So this is good for all occasions, which is great. Okay, so sneak peeking the next stamp set, because there's more than one stamp set in this. How cool is that, right? Curvy Christmas is the next one, and I'm really excited that they pre-released this now, because it's right about time to start thinking about Christmas cards and holiday cards. And so this is the one that I started with right now, because it's the season, right? 'Tis the season. And these match the same dies. So the borders here match these dies, and the words are in the same font, and even the little pine bow here. You can stamp it to match the die. So 2 stamp sets match 1 die set, the Curvy dies. So that's cool. And there's also designer series paper. So in addition to 2 stamp sets and a die set, we've got, it's 6x6 paper. It's cherry cobbler and just shade. Is it shaded spruce? I think it's shaded spruce. These are some of the fun designs here, and I believe that's Sahara sand. You know, I could just turn this over and look, right? I should do that just so I give you the exact colors. Hi, Sarah. You're not watching the replay. You're live. You are absolutely. Do you want me to prove to you you're live? Here you go. So fun. All right. So the colors that are in here, I'm flipping this over so I make sure I tell you the right things, is cherry cobbler, Sahara sand, shaded spruce, and whisper white. And these are they're great patterns on here, because they're good for just about anything, right? You can use them for your holiday cards, but you could use them for other occasions as well. And I believe there's 4 of each design, I think, in here. And I may be starting to repeat some of the designs here. So anyways, you get the idea that the designs are the same in each color. There's 4 of each color in here. And you get the idea, right? They're awesome. That's pretty cool. I like the grid on here. I like the foliage ones. Good times with the designer series paper. So this is the pre-order right now. So again, demonstrators can order this now. Customers will be able to order it on November 4th, and you can also get this in a demonstrator kit, which by far is the best deal. All right, so this, I mean, literally this is hot. My my stuff literally just came out of the UPS box from it just flew in this morning from Utah. Literally, I'm not joking about that. It literally just flew in this morning. So it is hot off the UPS plane and truck, and I couldn't wait to open it and start playing. So this is what we're gonna make right now. That's cool because it's for holidays, but again, you know, you could switch it up if you wanted to. You could change the colors, and you could use some the words from the Curvy, Quite Curvy stamp set instead of the Curvy Christmas. First thing I'm going to do is some die. I'm going to do the die cuts first, and then the stamping. I think that's easier to do it in that order. So I'm using shimmer white cardstock today, which has a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm not sure if the video can pick that up, but it's nice. It's a nice cardstock, and it just adds a little something without doing any work. All right, and I'm going to give you a tip when you're using this die right here with the dots. It makes a nice border. There is a tiny little edge. That's the top that's going to cut. And I'm telling you that because the first cut I did was, it was upside down because I had this upside down. So we want to watch that. And I'm going to put it on the shimmer white. I'm going to line it up pretty much to the left edge right here. And then we'll, so what I've got, and I'll tell you, this is the new cut and emboss machine, just in case you're new or haven't used this machine yet. The sandwich that I've got here is the platform that comes with it. By the way, it is listed right here with the little pictures too on the platform. Then I've got the number 2 thin die adapter, and I've got the number 5 magnetic platform and a cutting pad on top. That's the regular sandwich for dies and edgelets. Okay. So what this is going to do is it's going to cut that little curve in there. And this one right here, we've got a little I've got the curve bent that way. I'm not sure if I want that though. I'm going to do it again. I'm not sure if I want it. Like, this would look good on some things, but I think I want a little bit more of a mountain and a valley. So I'm going to go down one step here. Yeah, because we can do that. Right? Now listen, if you start making your card and you run into something like this, you can do the same thing. Just move it down a notch, move it over. So now I'm kind of lining it up with the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side. And let's see what, oh yeah, I like that one way better. Especially, I think that one has a little bit more character than just the, and I think there will be times when I'll want just that round piece, but on this card, I think I want a little bit more character to it. All right, so all these little things are going to pop right out. If you have a die brush, the die brush attachment to the, look at most of that popped out with nothing. But if you have this guy, just run it over and boom, everything's out. Now, if you have any confetti pieces on your cutting plate or cutting platform, you want to get them off because otherwise they pit the cardstock when you run it through again. Okay, so now I've got cherry cobbler. This is going to be a layer on the card. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line that up right to the right hand side there so that the curve is going to be the same on both layers because they're going to layer on top of each other. And we will run that through. And that's pretty much an easy way of making sure that if you're layering things, that the layers are cut in the exact same place of the die. And then we have, look at that, I picked that up and everything pretty much, there was nothing, no holes to, oh, sorry, no holes to poke out there. Okay, so we've got our 2 curvy pieces. Isn't that fun? That almost looks like film strip there, right? You could do a little something with that. All right, so we'll put the rest of this aside. I'm going to keep cutting. I'm going to cut out these guys from Mossy Meadow. Now, I took my Mossy Meadow cardstock and I attached it to some of our adhesive strips. I did this yesterday too, so if you actually want to see that, I already did it on here. But if you want to see how it's just double-sided. You just peel this off, stick the cardstock on, and boom. What it does is it pretty much makes your cardstock a sticker. So it's sticky on the back, and you don't have to worry about getting, if you have fine pieces that have intricate little pieces, you don't have to worry about adhesive, how you're going to attach it, because it becomes a sticker. So you can cut as many of those out. Sarah. That was funny, right? She's like, I didn't even realize it was live. Oh. All right, so stuck to my plate here. So now when I poke this out, it's a sticker. So when I peel the backing off of that, it's going to be sticky. I had about, I'm going to say, at least 3 of these for the card, if not 4. So through the magic of video, I've pre-cut those. I actually have more than I need here, but that's okay. You can never have more than you need. Listen, if you're making your Christmas cards, if you were doing this for a Christmas card, I would just cut all of those out at once. Just make a whole piece of cardstock sticky and cut all of your little things out at once, and cut all of these pieces out at once, and then do all of your stamping at once, and then do all of your assembly. I call that assembly line stamping, because it makes it go by really fast. You know, you kind of have everything all laid out. So the next thing I'm going to do is our stamping. And I'm going to stamp the words on the shimmer white and some Memento black. I found, since I've pre-cut this, the easiest way to line everything up was with the Stamperata stamp positioning tool. I do highly recommend that if you want things to line up. So I'm going to take the magnets that come with it. I'm just going to put them down here at the bottom. And we will take our Curvy Christmas stamp set. And the words are, may your days be merry and bright. Let's see if I can get this to, it looks like on my original, I cut it off. Let's see if I can get that all to fit on there. I actually made this piece of cardstock and my measurements on the free PDF. It's 1/4 of an inch longer than it needs to be. And the reason why I did that was because, I'll show you at the end, I just found it was easier if I could adjust things a little bit here or there. And so what I'm going to do is try to get these words to go all the way to one side so I can cut that side off, just a hair of it, without cutting off the words. So I lined it up on there, and then I just took this plate, picked up the stamp, and then we'll take our Memento black. Ink that up. And boom. Again, if you were doing more than one of these, if you were making holiday cards where you were doing more than one of these, I would just keep on rolling. Just keep on stamping, because it's already lined up. It's already ready to go. I had it lined up right here with this line, and then I would just slide another sheet in and just keep rolling with that. Since, you know, obviously I'm doing one for this class, I'm just going to continue on. Now, I would leave that as is if I was doing more than one, and do the second plate on this side. These are kind of like, the plates are kind of like your blocks, your acrylic blocks for the stamp. So I'm going to use the side arm for the next step. And that one is these cool little pine trees. And I want to make sure I get those lined up. The pine trees, I found I could bend a little bit, so I could make them bend around the curve. Okay. And then we'll pick that up. Now this I'm going to heat emboss in white. So I'm going to use some Versamark ink, which will be hard to see on the video until I pour the emboss powder over it, because it's kind of clear. It's kind of like a tone on tone. We'll press that down. I guess you can see it a little bit. You guys can probably see that a little bit, right? Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way so we can continue on. Next, we're going to do some heat embossing, so I'm just going to bring in some scrap paper and our white stamp emboss powder. Excuse me, just flick off though. Excuse me. Flick off any excesses on there, and you know, I probably should have used either a dryer sheet to get the the static down. Or my Emboss Buddy, I still have my Emboss Buddy, even though it's not in the catalog anymore, because I call that, if you, you will regret it if you forget it, step. But that's all right. We'll just continue on, just so you guys can see how to put it all together. So now I'm going to take the heat tool and we'll heat up our trees. Cheryl's asking, do I think that the new cut and emboss machine is better than the old one? Absolutely. It's so much smoother. But if you have an old machine that works, I would say you don't need to replace it. But when the time comes, you'll be very happy with the new one. All right, so we've got all of our, isn't that awesome? Heat embossing is just so much fun. So we've got all of our trees, and they are heat embossed there. I feel like I missed a little bit on the top of one of these trees here, so let's go get that. We don't want any embossing powder to be left out. Okay, I think we got it. All right, so now we're going to do our layering. So on my original, I used the striped background. I think any of these backgrounds would look cool. I'm going to do polka dots this time. So we can go ahead and attach these two together first. I'm just going to use seal adhesive to do that. Oh, I see that a lot of you are very happy with the new machine. I agree. I'm very happy with mine. So just line the, oh my goodness. Is that adhesive? What a mess. Might need to find an embellishment to stick there. All right. So then I'm going to attach this to sequin on there, probably from a paper pumpkin. So I also made the white a little bit longer than I needed to be, so I could kind of adjust it here. Actually, you know what? I didn't cut these. I thought I cut them. I thought I made the cuts a little bit longer, but I didn't actually. They fit on there perfectly, which is good because I don't want to cut any words off. But at the same time, sometimes you need to make an adjustment, and it helped if they were a little bit longer. And then you could cut it down after. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball that where I want it. All right, so I do have a little overhang on the bottom. Again, I did that intentionally so that I had a little bit of wiggle room as far as positioning that when I was done. So I'm just going to take my paper cutter and trim off the overhang. All right, so we have our main portion of the card. And for those of you who are just jumping on, I'm going to do a quick to show you what we're talking about. I am using the brand new. This is a sneak peek item that's coming out. It's actually coming out in the next catalog in 2020, 2022. However, Stampin' Up! Is doing an early release with it. It will be available to customers on November 4th, and it's available now to demonstrators and in a demo kit. So I got it just hot, hot off the UPS truck, and we're making some Christmas cards with it right now. Super fun. Also, be sure to leave a comment if you haven't already, because I have 2 fun stamp sets to give away. One live and one I will do a drawing on October 16th. So it doesn't matter if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. You have a chance to win. Just leave a comment whether you're watching live on Facebook or watching live on video. I mean on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm simultaneously live on both at the same time. All right, well, it looks like I do have a tiny little bit of overhang on one of these. We'll trim. See that little cherry cobbler? So back to our regularly scheduled project. Okay, so if you want some more information on this bundle, you can visit the resource page. I'm sorry there was an error on it right now. I'll fix that as soon as the video is done. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, it should hopefully be fixed. And you can also just go to stampwithtami.com. I have information on these Curvy celebration stamp sets. You can purchase them individually as well, but you don't have to purchase the whole bundle. Okay, so I'm just stamping the inside portion of the card right now. And with this, using stamps from the same Curvy celebrations. I'm sorry, the Christmas. Donna, it's coming out in the new catalog in 2022. If I said 2021, I apologize. It is 2022. There isn't any more customer catalogs coming out in 2021. Demonstrators will be able to order, I believe, previews from next year's catalogs this year, but customers, there won't be any more catalogs, I don't believe, coming out this year. All right, so now we're going to take, remember these little guys that we cut earlier? Just one more reason why you want to purchase that demonstrator kit, because you get it. You don't just get these, but you get future stuff you get to take advantage of as well. And you get discounts. Like, who doesn't want a discount, right? Especially right now, in these times. Every little bit you can save helps. Okay, so remember I cut these with the adhesive sheets on the back, so they're stickers. When I peel off the backing, they become stickers. And I am going to take these and just kind of curve them. And oh, great, that was perfect. Perfect. It lined up perfectly with my smudge. So here you can, Linda, I'm with you. Let's get 2020 over with. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, we're in 2020. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my huge apologies. Because, yeah, I guess in my brain, I wanted it to be 2021. It is 2021 and not 2022. I don't even know where my head was on that one. So I am sorry for that misinformation. Forgive me. We will have catalogs in 2021. I guess in my sorry little head, I just want this year to be over with. Okay, so my bad. And I'm really, really sorry. Thanks for hopefully forgiving me for that. You get it, though, right? I don't know anybody that doesn't want this year to hurry up and be over with. Okay, so I'm going to put one more of these little leafy things on here. The leaves. There we go. And again, I'm kind of bending them just a little bit so they follow the curve of the words. And they bend very nicely for that. And then trimming off the excess. And then after I trim that, I'm going to take that and put it up here on the top. So we have just a little tiny little touch coming down here. Diane says, well, I think she's lost. Miss the mind the most. So true there. So true. Okay. She was like, I was wondering why you said 2022. I guess because my head is just there. My head just wants it to be 2021 right now. All right. So now we are ready to assemble our card. We've got our little foliage on there. We've stamped our inside. I'll go ahead and do the inside first. I'll say, oh, you got to watch Tammy's video where she loses her mind. Goes crazy and forgets what year it is. I hope somebody doesn't actually give me that test. You know, that test that they give you to see how your memory's doing. And they ask you, what year is it? Because I think I would epically fail. What year is it, or what year would you like it to be? That is long. It is. Okay. It appears that I left the whole thing 1/4 of an inch, including the designer paper. So I'm just going to gently peel that off because I need to cut a quarter inch off here. Sorry, I would have preferred to do that before I put the adhesive on, but I mistakenly thought that I didn't do that, and I did. Okay. So by doing that, it is going to cut the tiny little bit of the T off on there. So I would like to squeeze the words a little bit tighter to the right. So if you're remaking that card, you want to squeeze this word as close as you can to the left, so that you can fit it all in there. Okay. Okay. Now it's the right size, and now I can take this little guy and stick it up there in the corner. It comes down. Perfect. And I am going to attach this to the card base, it's a black card base, so that's why I put some white on the inside so that you can see the writing. I'm going to take some black dimensionals because they're going to blend right in with that black card base, and they will be virtually invisible. And so that's going to have that pop up just a little bit. We've got our foliage on there, and the finishing touch, I took some red rhinestones because I like rhinestones. They make me want to sing like a rhinestone cowboy. You guys remember that song? Some of you must remember that song. I was a little girl when that came out, and I just loved that song so much. So now I'm just taking, I'm using the take your pick tool here and just popping some of these guys kind of randomly on either side of the foliage, giving a little bit of space on either side. And then I'm going to take a couple and put them up on this top little foliage as well. There we go. And our card is complete. Ha! Good. I'm glad somebody remembers that song. And there we go. So adorbs, right? This is from I created this with the Curvy Christmas stamp set, which is a brand new sneak peek. These products are available to demonstrators now or in a demo kit. And you can email me if you want more information. You can see the two here with the different designer stripes here and the polka dots here. They're both really cool though, right? And then I use these as the new curvy dies that matches both. So quite curvy is a good all occasion word set and the curvy words make it a little bit different. And then the Curvy Christmas is a great holiday stamp set. You can purchase them individually or you can purchase them together as a bundle right now. And you can also purchase the designer series paper if you're a demo and if you're a customer on November 4th. And so I will just pop that right back up there really quick for any of you who popped in late and didn't get to the information on that. I will have the resource page for this video up within a few minutes. I apologize that somehow that errored and I'll fix it. The free PDF will be there. The information on the Curvy celebrations will be there. And if you have any questions, you can email me at Tammy@stampwithtami.com. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this fun sneak peek project with these fun sneak peek products. Oh, and if you do happen to have this, if you're a demonstrator or just become a demonstrator so you can get these cool products, I have a card swap. We'd love you. It's open to all demonstrators who have these products. We'd love for you to join us. It's a lot of fun, and I have the information on that on stampwithtami.com as well. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.